Yo, what's up, YouTube? I hope my audio work out this time, so you should be hearing me live and alive on 105.1 FM. That's right, it's your boy. No, I'm not tired. We're just about to get into something I thought I had put to rest. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking big shit and big China. We're talking big shit and big China. And we're talking about peaking in motherfucking high school, part 4. Now, I thought I had put it to rest, but in light of recent events, Asmongold, I thought it would be wise to bring it back because this grifter mindset that I've linked to peaking in high school has more social ramifications than I wish I could have included in all 3 parts, but they were hyper focused on real life examples so you can understand that I'm not theory crafting this thesis. I'm trying to explain to you a type of person that just exists in the world. When you cling to a sense of belonging and status from adolescence, when your self-worth is built on the fact that you probably have to get attention and care put towards you from other people that are not your immediate family, you could get stuck in the high school mentality of always searching for a sense of belonging and status from whatever it is that you do. It is reasonably fair that most Elon bots on Twitter will sit there and say to you, well, he's worth 55 billion, and what are you worth, a chicken sandwich? And while you could sit there and explain to them from ground up how the fuck he stole that wealth, that doesn't matter. The outcome, in the present day when you're discussing somebody, the last thing that is relevant is the first thing to be brought up. Bars is what we're dealing with here. And some people don't move past that high school mindset because it's rare to ever feel like you are circled and surrounded by people that have your best intentions in heart. Whether it be all the stories you see on social media, whether it be what you grew up with movies and other forms of media, whether it were the experiences that you had as an adolescent that made you seek out approval from other people in the first place. Not having a secure grounding will mean naturally that you will be forced into a position where you won't always have a secure grounding in who you are, and it will make you display certain traits and certain behaviors that make you feel, well, not yourself. And you lose that relevance because you want to cling to, I did this and I did that, and that's what everybody says about me. Why do you think the world's, quote unquote, one of the world's richest men jumping at a Trump rally? Because he wants people to hear him. He wants people to love him. He wants people to, he's Miss Congeniality if Miss Congeniality was a man. He's Mr. Congeniality. Why didn't I think about that? I feel like that was already a sequel, though, and I was trying to avoid that because, I don't remember. I can't remember everything off the top of my head, you know? And I want to further go into that route of the peaked in high school concept because I recognize that there are no people that sit at the top of some professional ladder that we've all kind of grown to understand that is senior, junior, sophomore, freshman. We tend to find our insecurities ladled as much as possible in every little thing that we do and how we present friendships and social desires to other people. That insecurity means that as long as they're talking about me, I'm still relevant. And I talked about this in another video, which is probably dropped by the time I drop this one. I've talked about this before, where there are steps that people will take to obtain a kind of, they want to become Voldemort in a sense, oh, can you believe this person said that? They like that because it means that while they're coasting on whatever success that they have, they can always perk up ears by being that type of person. And when you become that type of person, the ironic becomes the unironic real fucking fast. And I've been saying that for years now, and I feel like it's the perfect time to finally describe that phrase in its entirety. The things that you start joking around and doing, oh, I'm gonna try a vape, you end up addicted to them. Not because you are actually addicted to them, but because they're a part of your daily routine and it soothes you to know what you're gonna do next. That insecurity leads to influences of people's decisions. where they won't see their friendships and their social groups as things to lose. They feel like they're things that revolve around them specifically. And that desire for approval makes them think that they've built an echo chamber that if you were gonna leave me before, you should have already been left me, so there's no way you're leaving me over this. That's why Asmongold and people like Asmongold are able to say horrible shit, and you'll always hear the same line in the middle of all that horrible shit. I don't know why other people don't understand that. Nick Merckx, oh, you gotta leave the kids alone. But when it's Doc's turn, I gotta find out evidence. Then I passed on Doc. I think Doc is weird now. Okay, but that doesn't take away the shit that you were saying before the Doc situation even existed. But now your echo chamber is filled with people who, no matter what criticism is levied at you as a person, they will see you as a creator and stand up for you. The intersection between creator and person is something that I've been trying to break for the last couple of years, because I knew that it was going to come to a point where more and more people like me, real motherfuckers, was going to come on the internet because they know they wanted to say their piece. They might be running for office, they might be a great radio voice, maybe they just pick up live streaming or YouTube videos because they want to express their music or whatever, and they going to end up saying something that stay in the cut and get into the video and get into people's minds and say, oh shit, I didn't know that just because you're a music reviewer, you also do about this, that, and the other. You end up finding out the most well-studied people, the people who stay in their own lane, and it changes you. You start to alienate others as a defense mechanism. Because now you have people close to you who are saying, wow, what you're doing is fucked up. So instead of you saying, wow, maybe I should look back at what I'm doing and see why they think it's fucked up, you take it as they think I'm fucked up, which is crazy because I had your back so long. The KSI meltdowns, the Logan Paul meltdowns, the beefing with Tommy in it. I can't let it go because it's too funny and people are bringing it up. And it makes me feel like my name doesn't have that relevancy. That glory that I was doing when I was on a roll. Now everybody talking shit about me. Damn, the senior said some shit about the sophomore's great idea and now he mad, but he ain't gonna fight. We all know he pussy. Since you two can't see each other, you beefing on Twitter, it starts to spiral in your head because more and more people are repeating it. And the tales that you get taught and the torture that you might have dealt with as a kid starts to replay back in your head. But because you've never had a chance to express it because you're so busy being a multi-millionaire, you've thrown yourself into two situations that you are never ever prepared for. Having to be a person and having to not be a creator who speaks all the time. Imagine how many drama circles we've had, how many communities are based on just the interpersonal issues that exist on the internet. And everybody's pushing away other creators saying, no, I'm allowed to talk about this. No, I want to do this. No, I want to do that. Because you don't want that scrutiny. Because they're not getting scrutinized. Why are you scrutinizing me? I've fallen victim to this in many a time. There's even a layer deeper than that, though. Personal fears. Anybody who is challenged is a threat to the entirety of the system that you have created for yourself. Most people would call this an ecosystem, a community of your like-minded peers. You ever been in a room with 400 people that you just never knew? And like, you eventually had to talk to somebody because you didn't want to be alone sitting there the whole time. But you knew that like all these people could have way different personalities and none of them might like you. They might say you're ugly, they might say you stink, whole bunch of stuff. When you're born into seeing socialization on that scale and realizing that what is to be social is all defined on the first few words you say that lay a platform for the next 10 years. Anybody in your circle that makes you feel that way, you push away everybody who challenges you or questions you. Because I thought you had my back. I thought you was my boy. I thought we had built something, even though I only met you once in passing at a con or something. Because we feel as though friendship is as easy as sending a friend request. I used to talk a long time ago, maybe 2010, back when I was a teenager, about how I thought friend requests and the idea of social media friends felt weird. Because it's like, why are all these apps using the word friend? Why isn't it like following this user, following, you know, like anything like that? The word friend is very, especially in a soft age such as teenage, where everything brand new is coming out, sidekicks, remember the drama over top 5, all of this stuff is what I'm including in this high school mentality. You're seeing the traits of people who never developed the emotional stability to separate themselves and say, yo, I'm an adult now. Now I have to carry a different burden. Now I have to watch what I say. I don't want to get canceled by the woke mob. That's not happening. You just realize that you're about to hit a brick wall and you don't want to approach that brick wall head on. You wish somebody was there to comfort you. I can see past that bullshit. Their status in that group, the fact that people look to them for the answer, for the fact that people look to them for the reasoning and understanding that they've been looking for all their life, whether it's super poppin' video games or it's real life shit. You value that more than genuine connection, because genuine connection could mean that you are wrong about something. And you don't want to be wrong about anything because you've built a multi-million-dollar empire sitting in your trash ass Roche room. That's specifically about Aspen Go, but we know a bunch of creators that do this. Most top creators end up doing this. The ones that interact with others. There's some people who stay in their lanes. I always shout out Destroying, because like that's a good Corey Kenshin type beat, but even he's touched on these, so I don't want to include him because he has said real shit in between the games. But like priming your audience and all of that, these are conversations that we've had plenty of times over on this channel, and you're free to go to the videos tab and go take a look at any and all of my videos. Like I think I'm almost up to 1,000 at this point. When you feel like you are vulnerable and you have thousands of eyes on you, you are the popular kid in high school again. Now everybody's hanging on your word because they want to know who to pick on, who's the cool kid, who's valid and who's not valid. Because if you make fun of somebody who's valid, you getting kicked out the cool group. Welcome to you never left that situation. What if I were to tell you that there's some people who were in that situation who were the people who weren't valid back then? What would they do with that amount of power? Because it's not like they're going to send an army of their fans to march out into the street and say, give us our chicken nuggies and we should have been popular in high... I mean, there's a whole community of people known as incels, so let's not even get there. But aren't there a lot of people who follow some of the worst creators? People were surprised and happy to see the Doc back on Twitch. Doc back on you. What the fuck? People surround themselves with yes men to keep their ego intact. Those yes men can be your chat. I had a goal in mind for if I were to ever grow an audience where the chat was fast, or I had, 1,000 people in here or whatever. If I say something stupid, G-check me. Obviously, I ain't gonna sit here and listen to your right-wing bullshit, but if I say something off color, G-check me. They don't feel a need to because I don't talk about shit I'm not comfortable about talking about. I believe in human rights as a standing point in any conversation. They don't got to worry about me going off the rails, but they got to worry about you and your ego going off the rails. Why is that? Ain't you the one who's leading and molding the future? Most of the kids that have the time to watch you think adults are sitting here watching you? You lose all those meaningful relationships and trust from the audience just so you can get that short-term boost. Because it makes your numbers look better. I'm going to cash out after this. I just watched a clip with Aiden Ross. Oh, you look like you need the money. You're not sexy, you're not even a woman. I already know for a fact from all these fucking Reddit stories that I end up reading and all these Reddit stories on TikTok that motherfuckers, all this language does bleed into children's ears and they do repeat it. Imagine being a child to gay parents right now. Game over. Wait a minute, isn't that what I thought we beat that already? I thought we were all... Nope. You wouldn't survive a Call of Duty lobby. You alienate them purely by not hearing when your friends reach out. Because you choose to, because you got 30,000 people sitting there going, you're right, we love you, subs, money. If you weren't right, we wouldn't be giving you money. And you create your own justifications for your choices. You make your excuses. And you tell yourself, this is exactly what it's going to be for the rest of all time. Hey, do what you want, do how you feel, make it what you want. I'm just telling you, maybe not the best place to go. Then the reinforcements come in. If I wasn't doing the right thing, they wouldn't be following me. Because you claim to be doing the right thing and barely anybody watching you. That like, comments, and followers as substitutes for meaningful validation. And they go to such extremes because they know what it's like to watch somebody slip. They watch somebody slip. Just raw slip into this chaos that they seem to just approach themselves, this abyss that they've seemingly opened up for themselves. You're not even selling nothing no more. You just being aggravating because you want to be aggravating. And as I was approaching writing this, I thought about, well, maybe I should put some tips in here because it's been 4 episodes of this now, and I could only imagine like solutions need to be presented because I'm asking people to move on from that and then not telling them how to. Mostly because in the back of my head, I think that this should just be a default that most adults live through, but maybe I've gone through too much trauma and I grew up well before I was ready to grow up, so now I'm just old. I think resets are a very good idea. Owning up to mistakes and growing beyond past insecurities and telling your audience, yo, my hands shake when I start streaming because I'm scared I'm gonna say something dumb. And if I do, let me know. Don't just sit there and suck my dick because y'all like me. Let me know. Vulnerability restores trust, showing genuine growth behind that fucking clout chasing mentality that gets us all stuck. I get it, we all want to make this a sustainable lifestyle, and for whatever you think a sustainable lifestyle is, and for whatever I think a sustainable lifestyle is, we still want the same things. I hate to bring them up, but iDubbbz is the greatest form of this that's ever existed as of right now. Yo, I got a kid, I can't be saying the F slur all the way around. What if my kid's gay? All he'll know is that his parent left a trail of gay people are bad on all his content. Is that what you think of me? And you can say, no, I've changed. No, I'm not like that anymore. Then why don't I know that? Growth is possible. As FD said in a video I just watched recently, I think it's important for us to all take a step back and realize, are you alienating your friends in your life? You bringing up Destiny and you bringing up Sneeko and you bringing up how these right-wing creators got certain good ideas and how they feel a certain way about things. And I'm telling you the reason why your life is shit is because those people's lives are shit. And they want you to live in shit too so that way you can feel more comfortable supporting them as they just steal your money. Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you that, but most of these people do not provide an entertainment value, at least from my point of view, that is even worth the amount of money that they have. But I'm not the market. I don't get to justify those things. But I know a lot of creators who do deserve that. Maybe they're not your cup of tea, or maybe this space doesn't foster a good connection with them. Who knows? But if you move beyond that high school mentality, you might feel trapped in there, but yo, you can say, what you're saying is fucked up, bro. You can have better connections in real life, and that will show you, quite literally, from this exercise, oh, that's why people act the way they do when I say that weird shit. Right, these people's responses, these people's takes, they really don't align with what everybody else around me is saying. That's crazy. Eventually, it's all going to become quiet. Eventually, all of us are going to say nothing and everything at once. And if you're afraid of it getting too quiet, just know that this fatigue that we're feeling is coming from us drifting away slower because we're looking for somebody who's not going to sit there and tell me about somebody else's business. We can forge way better and way more. The only question is, do you want to?